Welcome back, chat. Welcome back. We are back for another banger for you. And today we are going to be getting into the weekend hoop session that we saw. We've had some crazy performances. But before we get into the offensive performances, let's get into some defensive performances. As you know, our Cleveland Cavaliers, they played Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, on Monday. Yep. Cavs played Detroit. The final score was 116-95. The Cleveland Cavaliers would show up on defense like crazy. At one point, Detroit was only shooting 28% from the field. They would end up shooting 38% from the field to end the game. The Detroit Pistons, they would only score 17 points in the second quarter. Cavs would hold on strong. They would cause them to miss 15 straight shots. Detroit opened the second quarter missing 15 straight shots. So Cleveland, shout out to you. Shout out to that defense. That's what I really want to see. I know our point guard, Craig Porter Jr., he's got to find his own. He was not doing too hot in that game, but we know with Lonzo not being able to play back-to-back games, we're going to rely on our backup PGs a little bit. DeAndre Hunter, he had a tough shooting night, but he bounced back. He got stats in every single other category, so not too worried about Cleveland. Looking good. Now to get into actually one more defensive performance. We had the Minnesota Timberwolves against, if I'm not mistaken, Portland. They would have 10 steals and 10 blocks to end that game. So that's absolutely insane to have both 10 steals and 10 blocks is absolutely insane. So great defensive performances by them every week. When we get into the podcast, we're going to get into some defensive performances and offensive performances. So let's go with our offensive performances next. On Friday, as you know, Luka, he played Minnesota. He'd have 49 points, and that's absolutely insane. I was worried about the LA Lakers after Luka put up 43 points and lost, but Luka, he would score 49 against Minnesota. He would get some help from Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves will score 25 on 9 for 15 for shooting. LA would end that game shooting 60% from the field. So LA not looking too bad, and kind of looking forward from LA. LA, they would get a 50-point performance from Austin Reeves and then a 41% performance. LA, they face the Kings. They'd win that game 127-120. Austin Reeves had 51 points, and then LA would then play again against Portland, and Austin Reeves will have 41 points. So LA looking good. As you know, Austin Reeves turned down the contract extension last year. He's really betting on himself, and it's really showing why he can be that number one option. So keep your eyes peeled for a max contract coming out of Austin Reeves. Next, we're going to get into Brooklyn. Cam Thomas would put up 40 points, not a single assist. He was a pure bucket getter out there. This is not the first time he's had a 40-piece with no assist. He'd go against the San Antonio Spurs. He'd go up against Victor Wembanyama, who is the hottest person in the league right now. Through the first 3 games, Victor Wembanyama, he'd have over 100 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 blocks and 40 rebounds. So this man is on a historic run. Hey, it might be an MVP season loading for Victor and DPOY. So he might win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year if he keeps performing at the way he does. Victor, he would outlast Cam Thomas's 40 points. So Victor will put up 31 himself, and Spurs would run away with that game. He'd have 31, 14 rebounds, and 3 steals. So Victor Wembanyama is actually putting on a show. If I'm not mistaken, he's leading in every major category right now. Let's see what we're looking like here. He is tied 4th in rebounds. He is tied 8th in points and tied 16th in field goal percentage. So he's putting on an absolute clinic. Make sure you check into the San Antonio Spurs must-see TV. He will be on tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. That is the 30th. So LeBron, both Luka out. We touched about that 51-point game from Austin Reeves. Luka, through the first 2 games of the season, he had 46 points, 11 boards, and 9 assists. So LA would miss him a lot, but Austin Reeves would ultimately step up in his place. Next, we got Jaylen Brown. I'm worried about the Celtics right now. They started the season 0-3. They would get a win against, if I'm not mistaken, they got a win on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. mistaken. Yeah, they beat New Orleans 122-90, so they're currently 1-3. Jaylen Brown scored 41 points and still lost to Detroit. So that's even more of a reason for the Cavs to look even better than they did, because Detroit really did struggle against that Cleveland team. But for Detroit to beat Boston makes me feel a lot better about it. I know we're only 3 games in, but Boston is struggling mightily. The Celtics have lost to the Knicks, the 76ers, and Detroit. The only person on that Boston team to average more than 20 points is Jaylen Brown right now. They're lacking some offensive star power with, Jason Tatum being out, with Al Horford being traded, with Porzingis being traded. They just don't have the firepower that they did last season, and I'm really looking forward to see how bad they're going to be this season, with us being a Cavs fan. As you know, we've had some teams that kind of come up on top and show their dominance throughout the league. If I'm not mistaken, the Bulls and 76ers are still undefeated. We have OKC and the Spurs. They are currently undefeated. Bulls and 76ers are 3-0. OKC and the Spurs are 4-0. And it's some good things going along around the league right now. As you know, Tyrese Maxey, he's averaging some crazy numbers right now. He just put up a 43 point performance against the Orlando Magic to get that game out. Tyrese Maxey right now, he's averaging 34 points. That is 3rd in the league. He's averaging almost 8 assists, which is 10th in the league, and doing it while shooting 45% from the field. So Tyrese Maxey, he's, like I said earlier, he's really showing why he's that max contract player, as well as VJ Edgecombe really finding his own within the league right now. Let's see what VJ Edgecombe is averaging. I want to say VJ Edgecombe is averaging 25 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's averaging 22, 5, almost 6 rebounds and almost 6 assists as a rookie. As you know, LeBron's rookie year, if I'm not mistaken, he averaged 26, 5 and 5. So VJ Edgecombe kind of on pace to average those LeBron numbers while also doing it, shooting 47% from the field. So I'm excited to see what this rookie can do. While we're talking about VJ Edgecombe, let's kind of go over that rookie class in general. We're looking at Cooper Flag up in Dallas. He's averaging 16 points a game, 6 boards, and 3 assists. Dylan Harper over there through the Spurs. Through 3 games, he's averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And those are kind of our top 3 rookies right now who are all putting on the show. Honestly, everybody thought that Cooper Flag was a lock for Rookie of the Year, but hey, make sure you keep your eyes peeled on VJ Edgecombe. My guy Mateo, he'll be commentating some of the live games that I do, commentating the Cavs games. So keep an eye out for him. Mateo would kind of break it down even more. He watched him throughout his Baylor career and during March of Madness. So he'll have some more information for you. We're also going to do some game reactions of him playing in Baylor so we can get more familiar with his game. I was familiar with Cooper Flag and Dylan Harper, but I was not familiar with VJ Edgecombe. So lots of NBA coming our way over the next couple of days. Looks like for NBA wise, we got some games tonight. It is NBA Wednesday, so we got a full slate. Cleveland is at Boston tonight. As you know, this is Cleveland's only time going to the TD Garden for the remainder of the year. The next 3 times that Boston plays Cleveland, it will be in Cleveland. We got Houston at Toronto. I'm always going to tap into those Houston games, make sure that we kind of see what that team is looking like. And lastly, we got the Lakers at Minnesota, and we're gonna see where all of these teams fall. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos, guys. And tap into the live sessions of the different games. I'll be going live Sundays, Mondays, and possibly Tuesdays. So coming up on the 2nd, it looks like I'll probably be going live for that Cleveland Atlanta game, and then probably live as well for that Los Angeles Miami game. So make sure you guys subscribe, put those notifications on, and stay tuned with us. Thanks for tuning in, guys.